Alice, a curious and imaginative girl, sat under a tree feeling bored. Suddenly, a white rabbit wearing a waistcoat ran past her, looking at a pocket watch and saying, "I'm late." Intrigued, Alice followed the rabbit and stumbled upon a large rabbit hole. She peered inside and accidentally fell in, spiraling down into a magical world. Alice landed in a room with a tiny door. On a table, she found a bottle labeled "Drink Me." She drank it and shrank small enough to fit through the door. On the other side, Alice entered a beautiful garden filled with talking flowers and colorful mushrooms. She spotted the white rabbit running again and decided to follow him. Alice met a grinning Cheshire Cat perched in a tree. The cat spoke in riddles and guided her to the Mad Hatter's tea party. Alice joined the Mad Hatter, the March Hare, and the Dormouse at a chaotic tea party. They talked about silly things like unbirthdays and offered her endless cups of tea. Alice wandered into a garden where card-shaped soldiers painted white roses red. They explained they were afraid of the Queen of Hearts. Alice met the Queen of Hearts, a bossy and temperamental ruler. The Queen challenged Alice to a game of croquet, using flamingos as mallets and hedgehogs as balls. The game was chaotic and unfair, with the Queen changing rules at will. Alice struggled to keep up, but managed to avoid upsetting the Queen. Alice stumbled upon a courtroom, where the Queen accused the Knave of Hearts of stealing her tarts. The trial was nonsensical, with witnesses like the Mad Hatter and the Dormouse. Fed up with the madness, Alice boldly told the Queen, "This is all nonsense." The Queen, furious, shouted, "Off with her head!" Suddenly, Alice began to grow taller and taller. The Queen and her guards were terrified as Alice towered over them. Alice ran through the strange world, with the Queen's soldiers chasing her. She found herself back in the small room with the door. Alice suddenly opened her eyes and realized she was back under the tree where her adventure began. Was it all a dream? She wondered. Alice told her older sister about her bizarre journey, describing the white rabbit, the Cheshire Cat, and the Queen of Hearts. Her sister smiled and said, "What a vivid imagination you have." As Alice walked home, she thought about the lessons she learned: bravery, curiosity, and standing up for herself. That night, Alice dreamed of Wonderland, remembering the silly tea party and the talking flowers. She laughed in her sleep. The next day, Alice felt a strange pull to return to the rabbit hole, but it was gone. She smiled, knowing Wonderland would always be in her heart. Alice began telling her friends about her adventure. They listened in awe, and some even believed her tales were real. Alice realized the power of her imagination and promised to explore the wonders of the world around her, just like in Wonderland. The end.